Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. I'm just about to leave to go into Stockholm, and thought just came to my mind. Like I was thinking about why I'm so passionate about building businesses, and I was thinking about when I first started and first decided that building a business is what I wanted to do back in 2011. That's when I had like the idea, even though it didn't really kick off until a few years later. And I was asking myself the question, why did I choose Amazon as the platform for my first business, right? The first business that I built that really took off. And I was pondering on it, and I actually thought that the reason why I decided to sell on Amazon back in 2015 is the reason why it really is the best platform for someone to build a significant business who's never done it before. In fact, I don't know if you guys know this, but before 2015, before I got started, I tried loads of stuff. Like I tried loads of different ways of generating an income and building a business. I got into marketing way before that. I've always been passionate about marketing, and marketing probably is my number one passion. And in order to make Amazon work, really, you have to be a good marketer, right? In order to be a good coach, which is obviously what I do as well, right? You have to be a good marketer. That's always been my passion. I tried freelance work, right? I actually had a couple of paid gigs working as a freelancer. I tried running an online course to help other musicians get freelance gigs. Paid gigs, because musicians quite often suck at business, right? So I thought I'd try and help. But nothing was quite as powerful an opportunity as selling on Amazon was, right? Nothing really compared. And here's why. Like when you build a business, there are so many things you have to have in order for it to start, right? Forget earning a ton of money and making it really successful, but to even get your first sale, there's a lot of stuff you have to have in order to even get that far. I mean, let's just think about it for a second, right? First of all, you have to have somebody you want to help, right? Most businesses at the end of the day, they should stem from the person you want to help, not the product you want to build, not the service you want to provide, but the person you want to help, right? Isn't that why we're going into business? To help somebody else and get compensated, right? That's how the richest people on the planet gain all of their wealth. They've helped people somehow. They've provided some value somewhere, and therefore they've attracted money, right? If you think about Jeff Bezos, he's the richest man on the planet. How did he get all his money? Well, he helped people by providing an unbelievably convenient way to buy stuff online. I mean, there was nothing like Amazon before it started to blow up. I mean, I don't think there's anything quite as good as Prime delivery. Otherwise, we'd be buying stuff all over the internet, but we don't. We go to Amazon because it's so convenient. So you need someone to help, right? If you want to build a business, you need someone to help. You also need to know how to help them, right? You need to provide a product or a service that actually will help them, and it has to be something they want, and it has to be something they're willing to pay for. Now, all of these things are not easy to figure out. Like when I was trying to sell a course to musicians to help them get freelance gigs because they suck at business, I found that actually in a lot of cases, they didn't want to pay for that information. Right? A lot of musicians actually would rather just spend their time playing the guitar or the piano. And they might need, business skills, but it wasn't something that was their inner desire. And therefore, no matter how good my product was, if they didn't want it and they're not willing to pay for it, then there's no way I can build a business from that. So you need someone to help, you need to know how to help them, and you need them to actually be willing and able to pay for the thing that you're selling. So that's just the 3 fundamentals of what you need in a business. There's loads of other stuff too. And if you go into each one of those areas, like the person you want to help, you have to be able to, service them properly. They have to want it. If you go into each one of those areas, there's loads of stuff within that as well that you need. But like moving on, you need access to the people that you want to help, right? Now that could be in the way of traffic, right? So online traffic. How do you find where people's eyeballs are, right? Your ideal customer, where are they hanging out? Well, you want to put your offer in front of them, right? You've got to find where they are. That's basic marketing. Figure out who it is you want to sell to, and then find where they are and put your stuff in front of them, right? That's an art in itself. That takes a lot of skill, especially if you're going to start paying for that traffic. I mean, that can cost a lot of money, and if you do it wrong, I mean, it can, you can throw money down the drain. So you need marketing. And then when people see your offer, when they see your stuff, obviously at some point you want them to buy. Right? You want them to give you some money. So what's that? Well, you need sales, right? You have to sell. And then what about all the people that are thinking about it, or the people that have a problem with your service, or the people who want a refund? Well, you need customer service, right? So already we thought of 6 things that you need. Every single one of these things has to be done exceptionally well for you to have any chance for you to make your first sale, and especially if you want to start to get consistent income. People you want to help, the ability to help them, they have to want it, they have to be able to buy, you have to find them, right, it's marketing, you have to sell them the thing, sales, right, get them to actually give you money for it, and customer service. That's 6 things, and we're still not really scratching the surface, right? Depending on what it is you want, if it's a physical product, you have to be able to ship it to them properly and deal with returns. And if it's a physical product, you also need storage space, right? And as your business grows, that becomes more and more of a pain, right? As you can imagine. And as you go deeper and deeper, like there's more stuff you need in order to be able to grow a real business and even get that first sale. So the reason why Amazon is still an incredible choice for building a business is really most of that stuff is handled for you. Think about that. Most of the stuff that you would need to build a business by yourself, not on someone else's platform, by yourself, is handled for you. Let's just take one of those points that I just mentioned, right? One of those things. Let's take the person you want to help, right? Well, something like 100 million people are subscribed to Amazon Prime. I think it was 130 million. I don't know the exact number, but it is tons of people. What is that? What does that statistic suggest? Well, it suggests that there's a huge base of people who need some help buying stuff, right? Who is sitting there waiting for you. I don't think there's another opportunity on the planet that actually has that base of people that are waiting to buy stuff. That's pretty amazing from a starting point. Then let's look at the ability to serve those people. Well, we get to use Amazon's fulfillment network. I mean, what better way to service people than using the most efficient fulfillment network on the planet, right? What about being willing and able? Well, they're clearly willing and able. Everyone shops on Amazon and everyone likes to buy stuff, right? So there's no mysteries there. What about marketing? Well, you don't have to build a website. You don't have to buy a domain. You don't have to get traffic from strangers on the internet, get them to your website, get them to trust you enough to go to your checkout page and not, assume that everything's a scam, which everyone assumes, quite rightly, right? Because there's a lot of scams out there. All of that stuff is handled because Amazon have dealt with it, right? Everyone trusts Amazon. We know it's a legitimate company. We know that our stuff is going to arrive at some point or we'll get a refund. We trust the brand. We trust the efficiency. So people trust Amazon. So all of that work's done for you. What about sales? Getting people to actually give you money? Well, Amazon have probably got the world's most optimized checkout process. If you're thinking about e-commerce and you're thinking about really any checkout process, what is it that matters? What are you tracking when it comes to the process in itself? Well, you are tracking, in essence, the convenience. How quickly can I go from seeing a product on a page to have it be on the way to me, right? Go from seeing it on the page to I've ordered it and it's coming to my house. Well, with Amazon, I think you click about 4 times, add it to cart, proceed to checkout, choose the address which you've already entered in, right, before, choose the card, and then it's bought. One of the worst parts of most e-commerce businesses is how badly their checkouts are optimized. That is what can ruin an e-commerce checkout process. Right? It sounds like a very trivial thing, the process of typing in your details, but we've all had the experience where you've typed in all of the details on a checkout. You've done your name, your email address, you've done the email address again, you've done your whole entire delivery address, you've done all these details, the card, the number, everything else. It takes ages, and then you press checkout and then something's wrong, and then you've got to do it all again, or you've got to edit bits. I've actually had checkout experiences where I was so up for buying something in the beginning, but when it comes to entering my details, the checkout process is so bad and so boring that I've decided I don't want the thing anymore and I leave the website. It's shocking how many websites actually have checkout processes like that. Most even huge retailers online, checkout processes are terrible. Amazon have got potentially the best one on the planet. 4 clicks I think it takes to get something from seeing the listing to it's on its way to your house. And you get to leverage that. Right? You don't have to build that. You don't have to optimize. You don't have to go through the pain that they've gone through for the past 10, 15 years of optimizing it, making tweaks, testing, split testing, seeing what's more efficient, seeing what people prefer, to get those percentage of orders up from people who add to cart, to buy, etc., etc., etc. You get to take advantage of all of that stuff. So really, if you want to build a business and you don't want to deal with all of those overwhelming factors, selling on Amazon is still the best way to get started. Like, don't get drawn into all of these ridiculous shiny object business opportunities that you see everywhere. Bitcoin was one of them. Well, we know how that turned out, right? Everyone was raving about Bitcoin until it inevitably popped. The bubble popped, and now look where it is, right? And it's the same. There's so many business opportunities out there which it's just a phase. It looks like it might be the next big thing, but then it's gone. Amazon isn't going anywhere. You can build a real business, and people get real value. Like, if you want to figure out whether a business opportunity is real or whether it's a complete con, simple. Look for who is getting the value at the end of the day. Ask yourself that question. Like with Bitcoin, who is getting the value at the end of the day with Bitcoin? Who's going, yes, this has actually improved my life? I'll tell you who. It was people who were making money from arbitraging it, buying it, selling it. It was all arbitrage. There was no consumer. There was no one using the coins, really. It was just people buying and selling them. That's why it was such a big bubble. And then at the end of the day, had a whole tulip fiasco where everyone realized, oh shit, this stuff isn't worth anything. And it started to plummet. Because no one's getting the value. No one really uses Bitcoins. Not really. Like maybe in the future, yeah, but not now. On Amazon, people use it, right? Like my mum orders stuff from Amazon. I order stuff from Amazon. Like everyone does. It's the same. Any business opportunity you see, like, who's getting the value at the end of the day? If no one's getting the value, it's probably a load of crap. Like you see a lot of these just ridiculous things where it's like the business is 100% about referrals. All you have to do is sign up, and then get 3 friends to sign up, and then get 3 of their friends to sign up. And it just looks like a massive pyramid scheme. Well, you don't need to figure out the inner workings of how all the referrals work and all of that stuff and the complicated downlines and uplines that they talk about. Just ask yourself the question, who's getting the value? Because of this business, like who is going to be improving their life? Who are we helping here? Getting tons and tons of people to refer tons and tons more people. At the end of the day, no one's getting any value. So it's probably a con. It's a bit different when you have a company like Herbalife, right? I mean, you can see that their products are actually really good. Like I've tried Herbalife milkshakes, the protein shakes, and they taste nice. So someone's getting the value at the end of that. Do we need tons of uplines and downlines and selling people the stuff? I don't think so. MLM's not my thing. But you can still see that someone's benefiting from it, right? There is an end user. Anyway, ranted on for way too long in this video. But I thought I'd share you my thoughts and just reaffirm that I am super passionate about Amazon. I think it is the opportunity, really, if you want to build a real business that's going to be around. And it's why I put so much energy into it, and I think that's why it took off. So I'm going to put a link in the description if you want to have a chat with my team about your goals, what stuff needs to happen in order for you to build an Amazon business and focus on the only thing you need to focus on, which is finding hot products and getting them in the warehouse. Then click the link, apply, and book a call. But until then, have an amazing Easter, and I'll catch you very soon.